Hi, today we're going to go through a quick cleaning guide to do with Altro floors. This is the agenda we're going to quickly run through. By the end of the presentation, everyone should have an understanding of basic floor cleaning, methods of stain removal, use of cleaning machines, correct choice of chemicals, and sting cleaning. Who is this guy? Here's a clue. Yeah, by now you've probably got it. It's Sir Isaac Newton. The reason we put this guy into this presentation was to make you think about gravity. Why him? Allegedly he was hit on the head by an apple falling, and then he realised that there was such a thing as gravity. In real life, everything usually ends up on the floor thanks to gravity, which is then needed to be cleaned up. Mind you, he also invented the prism, discovered light is made up of different colours, 3 laws of motion, and the reflecting telescope, amongst other things. So we have scrubber dryers, rotary brush machines, and the twin bucket system for manual cleaning. There is a huge variety of mop heads available, everything from microfiber to the old hairy string type mops, and also the J-cloth type mops. One of the advantages of the mop heads is that they really give a clean floor. Disadvantage on particularly the J-cloth mop is that they can be shredded by the actual safety floor themselves. There is a massive choice of chemicals out in the world, some for flooring, some for hard surfaces, and the choice of chemical is quite important. So the typical types include alkali, neutral, acidic, foam, spray buff, hard surface cleaner or strippers, and magic fluid. So the types of chemicals we mentioned, so we've got Ultra Clean 44 or alkaline and 44 products. They are really good for cleaning ultra safety and smooth floors. 44 plus is a concentrate of 44. Neutral cleaners used primarily on rubber products or in areas that cannot use high pH cleaners such as Ultra Clean 44. Long-term use of high pH cleaners such as 44 can affect the colour fast of rubber products. Acidic cleaners, these are very good for removing water or limescale, builder's dust, etc., and can also work well with removing or improving urine type stains. Spray buffing, carried out by using a small bottle of spray bottle filled with a cleaner maintainer such as Altro 48W, then immediately buff with a rotary machine fitted with a fine pad. This can close the surface up of some flooring such as rubber and lino and make them easier to clean in the future. Interesting, the W is a wax and therefore is not suitable for ASF. Hard surface cleaners are usually very harsh as they contain very strong chemicals. These are used mainly to degrease metalwork surfaces, but are sometimes used on floors. This can happen as cleaners will use one product for everything rather than bother to change the chemical halfway through a clean. Long-term on use of PVC will cause damage. Spray foam cleaners, these are generally spot cleaners for use with textiles, carpets, etc., but can also be used for small areas of grease such as around cookers. My favourite, magic fluid. We have been to sites many times with the bottle of magic fluid. Flooring contractor or end user says they cannot clean the floor. We've dropped some of this magic fluid on the floor, cleaned it up, and it's gone immediately. And as you can see from the picture, magic fluid is water. Altro are very good in providing lots of cleaning instructions for outer safety, whether it be in a domestic situation, whether it be a smooth, a safety flooring, and the same applies to white rock and resins. So, question for you. What do you use to clean your teeth with? A brush or a pad? It's not a trick question, but if you think about it, these are typical pads that go with some of the rotary type machines. Colour denotes grade, so for instance we would normally recommend that the green pad is the one that is used for general use. There is also a black pad which we wouldn't recommend at all on our floors. They can contain carborundum and they are far too aggressive for our type of flooring. But if you look at a section of a normal cleaning pad under a microscope, you can see that the fibres are laying down. So if you look now, think about your teeth, is that really going to clean between your teeth? And the answer is no, it's not. And what happens is, if you look at some of our products under microscopes, you can see that by using a flat pad, you're not getting the brush type effect around aggregate. So we have ultra cleaning pads. Used in conjunction with 44, you can see now that the strands of the cleaning pad actually face downwards, which means we go back to the teeth and the brush situation. And what that means is that obviously all these little spikes are going to get around your teeth, give them a good clean, and they will do this for the floor. Steam cleaning. We get asked this question quite a lot. Yes, you can steam clean our floors. I've noticed recently there's been a lot of adverts on television to do with a certain Karcher company. Yes, you can, but you must remember certain things, and they are: we recommend that you do recommend a max temperature of 100 degrees C. We only recommend a brush, never any type of nozzle. If you think about the nozzle on a jet washer, that pushes out a horrendous amount of pressure. So we only recommend a brush. We would recommend that a maximum pressure of 4 bar or 60 psi is used. And never aim the wand at mitres or broken wells, because what will happen is you'll just force water through, or steam, which then turns into water behind any broken wells. Picture of cantata under a microscope. You can see the dirt pickup around the aggregate. Again, if you have a brush, that's going to go round all these aggregates and get the flooring a lot cleaner. Walkway, again, you can see the obvious dirt line, and the flat area, it's very clean when it's gone over with a pad, but you do need the brush to get in and out of the aggregate. 211 Ultra Emulsion Polish. 211 is a very, very high gloss polish, as you can see. It's a very good polish. You could put 2 coats of this down onto a floor and you'll get a very hard shell, shiny floor. In fact, in some instances, it's too shiny. It gives the appearance of being extremely slippery as well, which is not necessarily a good idea. However, it's very good for protecting floors. You would not want to use this on a safety floor, because obviously the more coats of emulsion polish you put on, the slip resistance is going to fall. Eventually you'll get down to the fact that the flooring has got no slip resistance at all. Interestingly, 211 polish will come off. If anybody says to you they've used it, they want to remove it, it will come off with a concentration of Ultra Clean 44. Obviously, applying more seal coats like this floor here, the glossier it's going to be. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation.